Good morning, beautiful people. You're welcome to the joint segment
of sports and entertainment on The Weekend Show. My name is Aisha B.
And I'm Ayo Adams. And I will start with sports as FIFA and UEFA last week have barred Russia from its international competitions, including UEFA, Champions League and Europa League and the upcoming World Cup play. While the UEFA Champions League has now been banned for some of the Russian teams and the Russian clubs across the world of football, as UEFA has now said that they are going to ban those teams, ban the clubs, and they will not be able to participate in any of those competitions until further notice. Well, we now have other countries who have also supported the motion, such as Poland, and every other countries around the world have also supported the motion that they should be banned from playing UEFA and FIFA competitions. But FIFA and Russia are now coming together to say they might be able to appeal the case, as the Russian national team has now gone to the Court of Arbitration for Sports to say they are going to appeal the case to be able to play in further competitions. Well, moving on, we'll now move to the UEFA, to Abramovich, the owner of Chelsea. After 19 years in charge from 2003 to 2022, he's now stepped down as the owner of Chelsea after winning 21 trophies. No owner has come close since the inception of Abramovich to Chelsea in 2003. He's won 5 Champions League, 3 FA Cups. He's won 5 Premier Leagues and every other tournament that he's supposed to win. Well, the decision came after a political pressure due to his links with Russian leader Vladimir Putin and threats of being sanctioned by the UK government. If sanctions should occur, he would not be able to hold the club, and the financial consequences could be dire to Chelsea. Abramovich, in an official statement, he clearly stated he is not in a rush to sell the club and is looking for the best owner for the club, and will also be asking for repayment of loans. Money gotten from net profit to sell will be used providing critical funds towards urgent and immediate needs of the war victims in Ukraine, as well as supporting long-term recovery. Swiss billionaire Hans-Jörg Wyss is his favorite to take over at Chelsea, as he has now made an offer to buy the club. Well, let us move to updates from the Champions League, where we have the UEFA Champions League has now reconfirmed the new format for the 2024-2025 season, as we're going to be seeing a new format in the UEFA Champions League. It's really crazy. The football fans across the world and this new development emerged after the uproar and upset caused by the Super League orchestrators, who forced UEFA to review their plans of expanding the Champions League system. The new system is as follows. We have now 36 teams who are going to be included from 32. We have the group stages are now replaced by one big league. Each team will play 10 games in the first phase, 5 home games and 5 away games. 100 additional games have also been added to the Champions League. We have top 8 teams inside in the league phase will qualify automatically for the knockout phases, and teams finishing in 9th and 24th will compete in a 2-legged playoff to secure their path to the round of 16. I mean, that's crazy. The Champions League and the Europa and the Super League were clashing together, but after the Super League unveiled himself, well, the UEFA Champions League orchestrators and the governing bodies decided that no. The Super League orchestrators forced the UEFA Champions League orchestrator to bring out this new format. People have also complained that it's no different from the Super League that was proposed. Well, the UEFA Champions League round of 16 will now resume on the 8th of March, with Liverpool hosting Italian side Inter Milan at the Anfield later next week. Inter Milan last night ended their tie as they defeated Salernitana 5-0, where Edin Dzeko scored 2 and pointsman Lautaro Martinez scored a hat-trick. They'll be looking forward to come back to Anfield to be able to defeat Liverpool when the Champions League resumes. On the other hand, we have PSG, who are now going to be returning back. We're going to be going to the Santiago Bernabeu to finish up what they started in the first leg against Real Madrid. It's going to be a tough tie, as the game ended 1-0 in favor of Real Madrid when Kylian Mbappe put a goal past Thibaut Courtois in the 90+4 minutes of the game. It was a brilliant game to see, and I promise you it's going to be much more brilliant when the time comes in the Santiago Bernabeu in the following week. Well, now let's move to home. Let's move to Super Eagles, as the squad list for the upcoming qualifiers between Ghana and Nigeria has now been unveiled. It's going to be an action show, because whoever wins that game qualifies to the Qatar World Cup in November 2022. The squad list was released with a lot of players and new committees into the squad. We have Ademola Lookman, the loanee to Leicester City, was also inducted into the team. Akikumi Amo was also brought into the team. And then let me read out the squad list for you, where we have in goal, we have Maduka Okoye, we have Francis Uzoho, and we have Daniel Akpeyi as goalkeepers. And defenders, we have William Troost Ekong, we have Kenneth Omeru, Leon Balogun, Olaino, who all starred in the African Cup of Nations. Shemi Ajayi, Calvin Bassi, Zaidu Sanusi, and Shehu Abdullahi also returns to the lineup. In the midfield, we have strongman Wilfred Ndidi, Joe Aribo, Frank Oyeka. Etebo has now returned back, and Akiyama, who is getting the first call-up. And the forward, we have Captain Ahmed Musa, Moses Simon, Samuel Chukwueze, Victor Moses, Odion Igalo, Kelechi Iheanacho, Emmanuel Dennis, Sadiq Umar, and Ademola Lukman. And on standby list, we have a lot of players on standby list, such as Peter Olayinka, we have Jamilu Collins, Chidera Ejuke, and Awaziem, with Paul Onachu and Taiwo Awoniyi. Well, moving on, we now move to the Manchester Derby, and that's going to be happening tomorrow, 6:30, between Manchester City and Manchester United, taking place tomorrow. Manchester City sits on top of the log with 66 points, first position, and they are the only team who has considered the lowest amount of goals in the Premier League, with 17 goals just conceded in the Premier League. We're going to have them take on Manchester United, and are going to be looking to do a double over Manchester United as they won the first tie. Manchester United are also sitting pretty in fourth positions. Well, it's a bit tricky for Manchester United, because if Arsenal gets to win their remaining 3 games that they have outstanding, they will upset Manchester United and drop them to Europa League position. Well, let me now walk you through the weekend fixtures that we have over the weekend. We have in the Premier League, we have Leicester City who are going to be taking on Leeds City. We have Aston Villa taking on Southampton. Newcastle will be playing Brighton, and at the Molineux, Wolves will be playing Crystal Palace. Burnley will be taking on Chelsea. Norwich will be playing Brentford, and at Anfield, Liverpool will be hosting West Ham. On Sunday, we have Watford playing Arsenal, and then before the major tie, the Man City versus Manchester United. In La Liga, we have Osasuna playing Villarreal. We have Espanyol going to be taking on Getafe, Valencia playing Granada, and Real Madrid will be taking on Sociedad. And let's move to the Serie A, where we have Udinese playing Sampdoria. We have Roma will be taking on Atalanta, Cagliari taking on Lazio, Genoa playing Empoli on Sunday, Bologna playing Torino, Fiorentina playing Verona, Juventus playing Spezia, and Napoli playing AC Milan. Well, that's all I have for you on the sports segment. Aisha B, what do you have for us on the entertainment segment?
It has something to do to what I'm going to be having right here live in the studio. Now, of course, there are lots of fun facts running around, and I'll give you one right now. Did you know that Michael Jackson's multi-million-dollar house in Las Vegas is being sold? Yeah, trust me, it's pretty large, for over $10 million. Because of that, you know, we're having a little fun here in the studio celebrating Chief Osasu's 7 years on television. I'm going to be performing a little something along with Jesse. Please help me welcome Jesse, who is a dancer, and of course a little Afro pop with his Michael Jackson. Come on, Jesse, let's see what we can do today right now. How you doing? Good morning.
Good morning.
Great to see you. How you doing today?
Fine.
Great, right, just step a little bit forward.
Okay.
Are we good? Cameras, are we good? Because we're going to take this down right here. We're going to learn, you're going to teach me, and then those of you at home, how to do the moonwalk in 60 seconds, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the moonwalk dance is not that hard, just your feet. It's like a leg working for thing.
All right. Okay, let's help with the camera right here, okay? So let's turn around this way. All right, so move a bit back. Are we good, camera? Then this way. All right, so you go ahead. So you can make sure you turn your back.
Exactly. You're dropping this leg down.
All right, this leg.
Then the other leg.
All right.
Okay,
So how do you do this? I mean, of course I got heels on, but check me out. So how do you keep the energy up as you're dancing? Because you performed a lot at other events here in Abuja. Yeah. How do you keep it going? With the energy and of course the hat staying in place as you do the moonwalk.
Yeah, you just left leg going up. You don't let it drop down before you move the second one up.
All right. So are we past 60 seconds already?
Something like this.
Okay. This is supposed to be done in like 1 minute. So if I'm not getting it, maybe I should just let you. All right. Thank you so much, Jesse. I can see the way you're breathing. Awesome job. With what you do. Keep going. We're so excited to have you here at the Weekend Show. Thank you for bringing that energy here to celebrate Chief Osasu. Thank you. All right, guys. That's all I've got for you on the entertainment segment. Why am I breathing so fast? I didn't do any of the dancing. All right, guys. But let's not talk about this. Let's have a little something. Can I have Ayo back on? but
I'm
not
back
done
on.
just yet.
Well, you couldn't get the more 60 seconds. I mean, if I was the one here, like, to the 60
I'm even
seconds.
so nervous about to sign off, because I want to just.
All right.
All right, what's going on, Ayo?
It's been 7 years that Chief Osaso are able producer, director, I mean,
Yes.
whatever it is that we can call all the acronyms.
Yeah, chief.
It's been 7 years. I mean, how would you describe the journey?
I mean, will I say it's just two angles, because I've always been a fan of Chief. I've always read about her, so it's just glad being here in this space and able to observe that it's hard work. Being a journalist is hard work. You got to have this in check. Count your fingers daily, because you might seem like you have 12 instead of 10, because we work so hard.
Yeah,
so shout out to Chief. It's been so amazing working with you. Great job on TV so far. Amazing.
I mean, have you ever had any scenario where someone said, how come you're working with her? Have you ever had that scenario where people feel like, how did you get to that level?
I mean, something like that, because when people do see me, I'm good, you know what I'm saying? So they're like, okay, finally you found a spot where you can see competition, where you can see that there is growth and progress 24/7. There's no room for mediocrity.
No room.
No
None at all.
room.
That's the number one rule.
Always, exactly.
Always.
What about you? What can you say about the journey so far, working with her with between these 7 years?
I would say it's been amazing. That's just the word I'm going to use. Fascinating, amazing,
inspiring as
inspiring. Well. It's the pinnacle she set for herself, and we have to follow. The statement you just made, there's no room for mediocrity, has always just been that one thing at the back of our minds. So you know that at the end of the day, when you get something done, it's not mediocre, because she would not let anything basic pass by. So it's just been that level of growth. We know that we are in a place where we are being accommodated, being pushed.
Safe hands as well. In safe hands.
And and the competition, it's just quite amazing that we find ourselves in this pool of amazing people, talented, and not just that, it's people that you can see the topic on the lifestyle segment this morning: women's rights in Nigeria, fighting for equality, fighting for equity, fighting
things that matter.
Yeah, things that matter to the world,
important.
not just themselves, for kids, for little children. There's a foundation, there's a symposium, there's a lot of personal properties that she has created. I mean, it's a tall order.
We can keep going and going and going,
but
we'll just have the cake later on, and keep on celebrating Chief Osasu. We're so glad to be a part of this journey, and I'm very, very delighted.
I'm also delighted too. Well, that's all we have for you on our joint segment with Aisha B and Aya Adams. Follow me on my Instagram and Twitter handle at Aya Adams SS.
And follow me at Aisha B. Don't forget to follow The Weekend Show at TheWeekendShow NG. See you next week, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.